We don't have to eat like slaves anymore because we're not slaves.
If you cannot control what you eat, then you cannot control what you feel.
Eat your largest meals in the middle of the day, not the end of the day.
What part the homeostasis plays, you're on your way to healing yourself. The homeostasis is the internal environment where your body is at its ultimate functionality for healing. Just keep in mind that everything that is happening to you is happening for you.
Hello, and grand rising to all. I am Carolyn, and you are in the Mind of Nature, hosted by Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist. And today's topic, we are going to be talking about what optimal health feels like. So thank you all so much for joining us here today. We are live every Saturday, 8 a.m. PST. So thank you all so much for joining us. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. Not exactly sure what's going on with Instagram. Either way it goes, the show must continue on. Thank you all so much again for joining us. Please share the live so everyone else can be a part of the conversation. Thank you so much. Dr. Zarif, go ahead and join me here on stage so we can get the party started.
All right. Hey, everybody. It's good to see you, Carolyn. How's it going with you?
Oh, going great.
Fantastic. Well, today we're talking about how does it really feel, to have optimal health. We talk about it all the time, but will we really even recognize it if we felt it, or will we recognize it once we reached it? So optimal health, we're going to be talking about that. And before we get started, what's optimal health to you? What you think?
Optimal health is being in shape, or body-wise in shape, healthy, mentally as well. I think those two things, health-wise, optimal health-wise, will be mentally fit as well as physically fit.
Great, good. Well, you have a very good idea of exactly what's going on with that. We're going to talk about some of the things that we may look at it differently as we go on, but the main thing is to know yourself. And if you're, like, for instance, if something that you want, visualize it, making sure also that you're thinking about it, which is called auto-suggestion, when you're saying these things over to yourself over and over. Before we go deeper into it, I'm sure Carolyn wants to say hello to our listeners, the people that got up today and they're here with us now. We want to just acknowledge that. And we would like to also remind you, share. Those of you that are coming to us live on the live stream on YouTube, we would love it for you to subscribe. We're looking to bust the ceiling. We want to go higher than we've ever been, and with your help, we always we can do anything. So we really want you to help us with that. One, with those of you that are on Instagram, we're not sure. Sometimes it shows that we're on when we look at our layout, but sometimes there may be difficulties. If there are difficulties, it's not coming in clear, something like that, remember, you have choices. You can go to YouTube on the Dr. Farid Zarif channel and just click in, join us live. And then we also are on Facebook. So, hey, Facebook, the whole family is on there. So just make sure that we share that information. And don't trip about anything, because everything gets better. It's a lot of the things that we go through our learning experiences. So we have been getting just wonderful feedback. We were over at Mount Tabor
Yeah.
Missionary Baptist Church last week. Oh my God. I love the people there. I love the atmosphere. I love the fun. People come to learn. I mean, pencil, paper, pen, and paste, taking the notes on their smartphones. I love that.
Oh yeah,
And,
it was beautiful. It was a great experience. It was a great turnout as well.
yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely love that turnout, boy. That every seat and every space is we get filling up even more because we can still push back 3 or 4 chairs and have a little more room. But we really want to thank you for that. But before I go on, and we got just a little time to carry a lot to cover a lot of stuff. So thank you very much, Kara. You're on.
Yes, and thank you. I just want to shout out really quick. Michelle Gentle says, good morning. Thank you so much, Michelle, for being here. Shirley Gentle Smart, good morning to you. Thank you oh so much for being here. And there's Denise Kane. Blessed morning to all. Blessed morning to you. Thank you, Denise, so much for joining us here today. Again, please share the live. Today's topic is what optimal health feels like. So, Dr. Zarif, go ahead and take it away. Let us know what the deal is.
Okay, I will let you know what the deal is. Thank you, Kara. Thank you for being here this morning. What does it feel like to be healthy? What does it feel like to be fit? Is health and fitness the same thing? And the answer is no, they're not. Now, when you look at health, and health pertains to those things that are balanced or imbalanced in our body. And that has to do with functionality or physiology, the anatomy, the endocrinology, all of these different systems that gives us a good balance. And we've talked much about the neurological, and that's neuro means nerves and the study of nerves. And that's what we've been talking about for the last 3 well, not just that alone, but you hear us talk about that much because so much has to do with that, especially when it comes to feeling pain or a sensation of hunger and those types of things. Now, as we go more and more into the physicality of things, then we're talking about fitness. Remember, like health is not the same as fitness. They're associated, but they're not the same. Okay. So we said that we're talking about the functionality and the balance when it comes to your body, and that goes your skin, your vision, your hair, your nails, your breathing, your respiratory system, your blood circulation, your cardio system, your cardiovascular, all of those things are very, very important when it comes to health. Now, when we go to fitness, it's a little different. You could have been born with a great body and you kept that great body up over all these years, and that's delightful. But a person that was not born with that great body or those genes, and when I say genes, I'm speaking about genetics. If you don't have the genetics, you probably are going to have a very difficult time forming your body into a body that, for instance, would walk across the stage and pose and large muscles. And it's a beautiful, beautiful art form. And a lot of people are very successful at it. But I believe it was 2021, I remember going over a list just for that year of all the people that died from overdosing or taking the wrong drugs, those kinds of things that were associated with the big fit body. So you can do your due diligence on that to get the names and where it happened, but all of that is online, of course, for you to look deeper into. It's not as easy as it seems. People that are large and they're people that are getting these giant muscles and body's looking good, they eat a large amount of food in order for that to happen. It just doesn't happen, and you just don't take just steroids and then you're big. Or there are other things over the counter. Most of the products over the counter are pretty much just maybe substitute meal drinks or liquid meals, and sometimes there are certain herbs, or there are certain foods that people will say, hey, I'm eating my protein, I'm eating more steak and all that. But what really gets you larger is eating a large amount of food. And that's it. I mean, that's one of the main things, is not, you don't just do steroids, or you just don't do some OTCs and then expect to be just, big and, big muscles and all that. Most people that compete are taking some kind of enhancement drug. So to keep that in mind, the fitness is not the same thing as health. You got people that'll say, show me how healthy you are. You look, I eat papayas every day. Or they'll say things like, I eat mango every day. And yeah, you're getting all that sugar, but it's not something that is helping you get your fit on, your balance, your strength. But some people not knowing, it's just misinformation, that if they eat a certain type of pear, or if they eat a certain type of greens, or whatever, all of these, there's so much misinformation. And if you don't want to be a part of that, you have to do your due diligence, so that you'll say, wow, the FDA didn't say that, or I read the USDA said why that isn't true, or I did read some of NIH. And all of these are ways that you can find out more about it and be very intelligent about those findings, and spreading the word or the information about certain things that you hear about. Some people are going to believe what they want to believe, and that is cognitive dissonance. That's when a person doesn't really care. Whatever you say, they're going with whatever you say. If it's bad, if it's going to hurt you, if it's injurious, they'll stick with it. And other people know that things are, how many people have you talked to and they're telling you that they're going to stop, or they know better to eat that while they're licking the icing, the cake icing off of their fingers. And that is, that's just pretty much not threatening if you're not eating that much. But if you're eating these large amounts of food, especially foods that aren't healthy, and then you think that exercising is going to knock it out, it's not going to work. That's why you see those people go in that circle. They'll go and they'll eat everything, all the fries and all of they'll have a salad on the side, and they'll have a diet Sprite. But when it comes to eating the foods in balance, like through the day, having a plan, having a strategy, having a professional, having a support team that's working with you, then really not serious about it. And if you're telling yourself that you can do it all by yourself, you are definitely mistaken. Because when you're getting better at anything, whether it's, like you're accumulating finances, money, currency, or you're changing your style in the way that you're dressing, there's other people that are outstanding in those fields, and that should be a part of your team. And of course, it's up to you who you choose to be on that team, because sometimes just because they say they can, you have to get somebody that's highly recommended, check out their background. And that's what I love about the internet, because you can go right on there and say, oh, now everything isn't right on the internet. Everything isn't correct on the internet, but you can amass a lot of knowledge there. Let's get back to the optimal feeling. What does it feel like? Tell me in the comments, what do you think feeling like your optimal healthy self, what does that feel like? I want to see, what does that look like to you? Because I am convinced that most of us don't have any idea. We can say, oh God, I feel great today. I'm in a good mood. Moods are temporary, but what can you do from day to day to keep your body, that vitality, that energy? And that is beyond just a mood, like I didn't feel good this morning, or I didn't feel good, it's really understanding the principles. And once you get these principles down, you will definitely be on your way. Now, optimal health is your complete physical, emotional, and relational well-being. Again, it is the complete physical, emotional, and relational well-being. It's not just the absence or the prevention of disease, but taking an active role in vitality of those parts that make up your whole, your entire body. Now, it feels good in your body, and it gives you a sense of freedom in your body that gives you the tools to live to your fullest. When you're living to your fullest, this is when you can actually claim that those things that you're doing, especially when you're repeating the same result. Now, you get a lot of people when you get older. You get people they get up in age. Like when I was 40 years old, I remember feeling like I was old, because that's the kind of stuff that I was told. Oh, 40, you over the hill, you under the hill, you are the hill, And when we listen to that crap, and we take it in and we embrace it, then we start to believe what other people think of us. They think of when you're over 40 that you're getting older, and eventually you're going to be real old, and then the inevitable, you pass away. Look, if the Creator, if your God, if whatever that is for you, that greatness, that omniscience, that omnipotence, that omnipresence, if that is what is created for us, and that is the plan, that we can't live forever and that eventually we die, then I'm for that. If that's the way that it is though, it's nobody can live past the time that we're allowed to. Our bodies can't even withstand. Some people, I'm going to live to be 200. Our bodies aren't built to live to be 200. Maybe later on, or something else will be discovered. But as we breathe this moment, and all the moments before, you've heard other stories about, these maybe an individual or two that has lived a long time, and you read that in your holy books, the Gita, the Holy Bible, the Holy Quran, all of these books that you can read, and they'll give you these stories, but you will find out that many of these are just metaphors. Now, let's start into what you can do starting today to be on your way to optimal health. One is getting up in the morning and stretching. And that is really important, because when you flex and you release your arms and your legs, and moving your neck and breathing and waking up being thankful, this is all a part of improving your circulation and promoting your relaxation. Super important. And as you continue to do that, you will find yourself being more and more, you will improve your health as you continue to eat better, sleep better, and of course, exercise. Now, with your legs, you still elevate them. You can do these things at night. You can put pillows behind your legs so that you can have a nice, comfortable sleep that make your back press up against the mattress. Flex your feet up and down, and then you rotate them side to side. all of those simple things. You don't have to be a professional. And today we really have it lucky because we have YouTube, and YouTube actually has some really wonderful explanations for things that we don't understand, things that can help our body, and so on. The next thing is to stay hydrated, and that is to support the digestion. Proper hydration supports digestion, which means that our metabolism is more efficient when we are hydrated. Drinking water. Remember, nothing beats H2O. Now, you can take some H2O and you can mix it with something else to make it taste differently. You can take the H2O and you can put a different flavor in it, but your body absorbs water faster when you do not add anything to it. H2O, that's it. Now, if you're just having a beverage, that's fine. But if you want to stay hydrated, especially if you're out working out and you want to be hydrated right away, that's a good way to go. H2O. Now, there are other drinks that you may be drinking. These are called electrolytic drinks, or drinks with electrolytes in it. And sometimes that makes you feel that you're full. But as you continue to work out, you continue to be thirsty, and you can over drink, and you drink so much that then now you start getting cramps, because, and I'm talking about people that actually work out, even if you're dancing, and like while you're dancing, all the swishing and swashing of the water is too much. But when you just drink just the water and sip it, not guzzle it, you'll find that it lasts longer and is more efficient. Now, this it also helps to improve brain performance and increases energy, along with other health benefits. Drink a big glass of water after you wake up, and a glass with every meal. And this way you can get a lot of the food that you eat broken down properly and distributed properly throughout the body. Now, some people may have questions about, is it okay to drink while I'm eating? Well, you shouldn't. I should put it this way. Your body works more efficiently when breaking the food down when you chew it, and then you can follow it with a sip of water or whatever you're drinking, and then that'll make it easier to go down the esophagus, and finally to your fundus, to your stomach, and that can give you a little help there. But if you're a person that you're like eat, drink, it'll break down your food. But again, what happens is that you end up overdoing it, such as the hot dog. These guys that had that hot dog thing that they do every year, where everybody's eating hot dogs, as many hot dogs as you can, and for some, I don't know, some money or something like that. But it can definitely do you harm. It can be deleterious. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. It comes down to flossing. So what have we gone through? We've gone through hydration, stretch, and now we're down to flossing. Flossing is very important because first you have to know what flossing is, and that is to get the flossing material and start. You have a placker. The placker is your floss that is on a piece of plastic that is tightly fit, and you go between your teeth and the tooth and gum line. That's called the sulcus. And then you do that on a daily basis. And this really helps you to get rid of and to clean your teeth. Oral health is super important. You should work with your dentist, answer all the questions about that. What can you do to have the healthiest mouth possible? Applying sunscreen is very important, and especially when we talk about your SPF, and then that sun protective the sun protection factor, and your SPF 30 or more is great for your skin. So no matter how dark you are, how brown you are, how black you are, how whatever color, that is still important, because your body cannot for a long time take in all of the UV rays. Those UV rays are very dangerous and unhealthy at a large amount. So if you're just going from the car and into the house, and you can really feel it, I mean, is super hot. I've never felt days as hot. I remember coming up as a child, and I remember hot days. And then as a teenager, I remember hot days. And then a young man, hot days. But the climate is definitely changing, and make no mistake about it, it isn't getting any better now. Well, it's not getting any better as far as we as consumers, we are doing a lot of the things we're doing the same way. But let me assure you that there are people that are working every day, whether they're farmers or whether they're scientists, whether they're agricultural people. They're doing things to make our earth a little safer, and also to reduce some of the reactions that we get from the UV ultraviolet rays. Okay, I'm going to stop here. We're going to get a little break. Believe it or not, this time is shooting super fast. We're going to bring up Care so we can take a little break here, and then I'll be right back.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Zarif. And thank you to everyone that has joined us here in the Mind of Nature. Today's topic is what optimal health feels like. I had to slow down a little bit. But thank you all so much for joining us. Really appreciate everyone being here. If you have not already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It is Dr. Farid Zarif. Dr. Farid Zarif is the YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up on either Facebook or on YouTube, depending on where you are watching us from. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at this time. Not sure what was going on with Instagram, but you're here and you're getting information, and that's what matters the most. So again, Dr. Zarif asked what optimal health looks like to you. Go ahead and drop those comments in the chat, so that way we can find out what optimal health looks like for you.
Do we have anything there yet, Karen?
No, I don't see anything here yet.
Okay. All right. We want you to write down whatever you think optimal health is, just like Kara said. So you don't have to just hear my voice all the way through it. I know I have a very silky voice, but we want to hear everybody share. Yeah. So let's have fun with this and make the best out of it. So I'm going to go right back into it, and I want to say a shout out to everybody at Mount Tabor Missionary Baptist Church. Man, I just really had a beautiful time, and I tell you, to be treated so well and to have so many wonderful people in one room is just so beautiful. It's a great thing. Everybody is great, and I can't wait to get back. We had great feedback, Kara.
Yes,
a lot of great feedback, and some of that you saw it yourself. And people that really like, when is the next workout? When are we going? I want to get in here. I want to work out. And that is super important to all of us, that you get everything that you need to work out, get the information that makes you stronger, and the socialization. Let me tell you, and I'll get back to our topic today. The socialization is so important. If you have people that you haven't seen in a long time and you say, I love you, no, you don't. You got to make it happen. And that includes me. I'm not just saying because I've just visited somebody. Now I'm going to talk about everybody else.
Right.
Look, you really and truly, we need to make sure that we stop and say hi to our families. I am on my case to make sure everybody isn't going to give you the same reaction. So don't think that everybody gonna open their arms and say, "Hey, cousin, I miss you so much." You're gonna have those that have their reasons. That's what happens with people. That's what's called differences. So if you do have differences and you don't have the time to tolerate that, then move on. There are those that will embrace you and be glad to see you. And perhaps you can be the beginning of communicating better. And believe me, nothing like family. There's nothing like family. And I love all of my family. And whether or not, I have family that I have a family member that says, I don't return calls. I don't do. What? I have family members that why don't you pick up the phone? And they're talking about something that happened back in 1987. I'm like, man, what are you doing? So you're going to have that. And if you don't strengthen yourself and prepare yourself, you're going to be definitely wasting your time, because it exists in practically every family. Everybody gets somebody that's like that. I call them challenged. They're a challenged relative. There it is. So,
well, you were talking about, we'll get back on subject, but I think that's right on subject as far as with optimal health, because communicating with family, being around family, even human touch, we've talked about that before, how that really helps. Is a part of the optimal health that we're talking about right now,
Good point, Karen.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of saying hello to family, hi, Dad. I see my dad just jumped in. Good morning to you.
Hey, Mr. Gento, it's great to see. Man, we were just talking about you, and we miss you, and so it's good to see you. And let me know how you're doing. I know that you're working on some projects, so let me know how you're doing. So thank you very much, everybody. Go ahead, Karen.
Yes. Well, I mean, and just going off of that too, you mentioned family, distance. That's also a thing as far as with mental health that we talked about. When you asked me what optimal health is like for me, or what it means to me, you asked me that earlier. Yes, physically, of course, and then mental, of course. Mental being those things that you make yourself available to, or those things that you're taking in. So family is very, very, that can be a very good thing, but it can also be on that side of, like you said, not so good. So just knowing how to navigate and knowing how to say yes to certain things and no to certain things. So just wanted to add that as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, Karen, we're going to go ahead and finish up.
Okay.
So here we go. Okay, everybody, to apply the sunscreen, we talked about that. And remember, your SPF stands for what? Sun Protector Factor, the Sun Protector Factor. And you should use 30 and up to protect your skin. If you don't protect your skin, then, all of us have the potential too much sun. Then we can get, first of all, dry out the skin. Then it can make us very uncomfortable with sunburn. But those of us that continue despite those things can definitely be looking at something as serious as carcinoma and other skin diseases. Okay, so let's go on. Go nuts. Now, what does this mean? When you crave a snack, reach for unsalted nuts, unsalted seeds, and they should not be roasted, believe it or not. That's when you really have the best results from nuts, is when you don't eat them roasted. Now, there's a big difference in roasted nuts and raw nuts. Raw nuts they have more nutrients in it, and like seeds, we gave an example before, and then one of the examples of how much the nutrient loss once you roast the seed if you take a sunflower seed raw and you put it into the soil, then it will grow a plant. If you take a roasted seed and put it in the soil, you get nada. Okay, so make sure that you understand that. You can definitely crave. You'll crave for something and you can eat that. And just because you full doesn't mean that it was nutritious. It means that you've just eaten enough to fill yourself up. Nuts are high in calories, so keep to about a palm-sized portion. So in other words, you can pile up the fat real fast with nuts, especially those that are roasted. But they also have, again, the oils, which are phytosterols in the oils, which is just plant oil, and it can be very healthy, such as the oil that comes from chewing walnuts, the omega-3s. Excellent choice. Let's move along to nap. Now, nap is super important. If you get a chance to take a nap, at least 30 minutes, woo, you are definitely increasing your health by stopping, resting. Now, some people say, man, that's a third of my life. I don't want to go to sleep. Everybody, everything goes to sleep. Even a fish seems like, a fish can't go to sleep or to drown, right? Well, the creator, again, what has created us, or what you believe that has created you, created the fish to go to sleep with one side of the brain and the other brain stays alert. You see, so it's incredible. So a lot of the things that we can benefit by as far as feeling optimal, or feeling what optimal health feels like, one of those things is to sleep deeply. It's nothing like taking a nap and refreshing yourself during the day. Okay, next is to make bust the moves. And bust the moves is just some exercise, something that you do. You can remember, you can look at my tapes and see some of those motions. You see I'm doing more and more. I put one on today, as a matter of fact. I logged it up. You can look at some moves there, and that'll be a beginning. You take your time, and before you know it, you'll be working out and feeling better because you're moving. Nothing, if you don't move, you're not going to build or maintain muscle, the strength of your muscle, nor are you going to maintain the way that your muscle feels. And that is the texture of your muscle. You want to make sure that you're nice and firm there. So when you're doing concentric or eccentric exercises, your body is there for you. So exercise every day. If you're doing a little walking, if you're doing some little stretching that we talked about earlier, you do some sit-ups, all of these are very, very important. Now, the other thing you have is, I want you to remember the brushing your teeth. All of this should be very clean. Now, they have all kinds of, I use Dr. Tegner's mouthwash. Whew, is really powerful. You really only need a little, not a cap full, but a very small amount mixed up with water, and then it's sufficient in helping you to manage bacteria and also you keeping a fresh breath. Along with this is that your brushing and your flossing also helps your gums to stay healthy. So you see, the gums should be pink, and sometimes they're not. Some people are just born with dark gums, so it doesn't have to be pink in order to be healthy. But you should take care of your teeth the best that you can, because some people actually get tooth decay and they're swallowing that toxin all through the day, every day, and that can definitely cause you to compromise your health. The next thing is to take a breather. Take a breath where you sit down and take many breaths, and that is to relax yourself. And that's what many people don't do. You want to see everything. You don't want to miss anything. But guess what? You won't miss anything if you take a break. And as a matter of fact, you're allowing yourself to be more agile, to be healthier, to have more strength, to be more alert when you take a break. Enjoy a hobby. That's another thing that you can do. What do you do besides what you've always done? Get a hobby. You can get things like whether it is something that is electrical, or you like to go take a walk in the park. Of course, you make sure it is a safe park where people got their eyes on you and they can see. Remember, people, we all need each other, and people are all these people around you, whether they speak or not, they're your witness. They're your witnesses. And people are more apt not to do anything that will be harmful when you have people around. But people are bold today. They'll do things or attempt to do things in front of people. So don't think just because people are there that, oh, I got my back up. Okay. Let me just take this just for a second. Here, Denise Kane says, optimal health to me looks like having the physical ability to have freedom of movement and cognition. Also, having a bright outlook on challenges of daily living. That is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So having a physical ability, we talked about that earlier when you are fit. Remember, fit is how you are built asymmetrically, what you were born with. And some people are born with got great shaped legs, great shaped abs. They got a great chest and shoulders, beautiful arms. They got that from that beautiful family, those genetics. Now, some people may be first generational with that. And you're like, where did that come from? Why aren't I built like that? Well, that's the a part of our individuality. There'll be something that you can do that, outdo that person, and said it in a competitive way, because usually it turns out to be that way. But with family, unless it's friendly competition, it's better to be creative than competitive. Okay. We love you. Oh, good. Cheryl Gentle Lee, Cheryl Lee Gentle Smart just said, we love you. So we love you. Oh, we got, she's talking to her dad. I love you. I love you. We love you too. Yeah. So those are some of the things that keep in mind, everybody. We almost there. This is a huge thing that I wanted to really, really look at. Being social. Social interactions can stave off loneliness and protect against depression and cognitive decline. There is a disease that is growing very rapidly now and becoming more and more popular, and that is the lonely or alone disease. And this is where people overdo it with being by themselves. So instead of being around people or going to a park and seeing somebody dance or the children play or those kinds of things, they just feel that they can do it all by themselves. They don't need anybody. We all need somebody, and that somebody becomes our support unit, and people that love you and support you. And that's the way that you'll find a really wonderful opportunity to love more, give more, and to be more when you are more social. Now, again, this is also what people do in the blue zones. They make sure that they take time to sing, to laugh, to visit with each other, to travel. All of those things are very important. Let's go. Oh, those are the sources. Okay. So here, I wanted to go over this really fast. One of the things that you can do, here are some examples of the best high protein foods, because high protein foods, when it comes to eating, this is one of the first thing that we say, oh, well, how much protein is in it? Well, proteins are composed of amino acids. And these amino acids like valine, isoleucine, lysine, phenylalanine, tryptophan, all of these are different types of the amino acids. You'll see it abbreviated AA. And amino acids are actually the components that make up proteins. As I said, the proteins are composed of amino acids. While the human body can produce some amino acids, others must come from food. The 9 amino acids that we cannot produce naturally are known as the 9 essential amino acids. They are histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, phenylalanine, threonine, tryptophan, and valine. So those are some of the things that you should understand, that the body can't make up everything that we eat. When some people say, "Oh, I just get it straight from the food. I get it straight from the garden." Everything isn't there. Sometimes you have to. Everything isn't made in your body, so we have to go outside to eat these things from food, and we get these nutrients from food, and then other things our body actually makes itself. Okay, I'm just going to run through this because I know we're almost there. Here we go. First, black beans. Now, check this out. Black beans they're high in fiber also, and they're protein rich, and they're a great source of carbohydrates. So I just went through the macronutrients: carbohydrates, protein, and you have your fat, man. And so you have your fat, your protein, and your carbohydrates. All of that you'll find in black beans, along with the bonus, which is fiber, to make sure that you have a balance and a steady balance when it comes to bowel movement. Additionally, black beans are a good source of magnesium, thiamine, potassium, and folate. Folate and iron work together to support the production of red blood cells. So folate and iron, there aren't too many nutrients that work by themselves. They work all together. Okay. While folate plays an integral part in preventing neural tube defects during pregnancy. So even if we talk about some of the things that we have to do when a person is pregnant, all of this plays a huge role. You can't just throw anything in your body because you're carrying and developing a child. Folate can also be folate can also lower the risk of heart disease, stroke, and peripheral artery disease. So that's all in black beans. The next thing, eggs. Now, eggs, I know people are like, oh, eggs, for those of you that don't eat, but most people that are listening to me and listening to most nutritionists and listening to most people that are in this particular field, they are not vegan and they are not vegetarian. They are people that they're curious about what are the best sources of foods that you can get certain nutrients from. So as a professional in this particular field of nutrition, I want to talk to you about that. So, I mean, that is life. If you don't eat eggs, good for you. If that works for you, good for you. I have a little this sign up here because it can be dangerous because all of the fats and the parts of an egg sometimes can be contaminated. And as you've heard, some of the many recalls when it comes to eggs. Fortunately, this claim is largely untrue about the eggs being very versatile and can be eaten at any time of the day. And they're low in calories, they're affordable and easy to store. One myth surrounding eggs is that they are bad for cholesterol levels, and that's the big thing, LDL. So keep in mind about that, okay? LDL, cottage cheese, the same thing. Although it does have a source of vitamin B12, which is cyanocobalamin, it still works for you. For those of you that eat dairy, I don't suggest eating dairy. And if you are eating it, start to shrink the dosage. Start to eat smaller and smaller portions because they can be contaminated. And this is just very important. Nobody wants to eat toxins, right? So we want to get rid of them. Now, when it comes to oats have more protein than any common grain. Oats have 17 grams per 100 grams. So this is really great. This is your oats have almost the same amount as a protein drink, standardized protein drink. So make sure that you get this in your body. And although the oats do not contain all 9 of the essential amino acids like most plant sources, they are still considered to be high quality option. Raw oats are easy to prepare, and I'm not talking about the kind that you put in a microwave and they're microwave ready. No, those are usually also refined. Turkey breast is another one. Now, turkey breast has 29 grams of protein per 100 grams. And I'm talking about roasted turkey. And that's why a lot of people, when they eat turkey in the form of sausage, turkey in the form of lunch meat, so on. Turkey has a firmer texture with a small distinct taste than chicken does. And like all meats, turkey breast is a complete protein containing all the essential amino acids, including tryptophan, which helps regulate sleep. Now, next is quinoa. Quinoa has risen to become one of the most popular exotic grains, and they are also a native of the Andes mountains in Bolivia and Chile, Peru, and people in these different regions have consumed the grain for thousands of years. And I think quinoa has just become popular here in the United States less than 10 years ago. So quinoa is technically a seed and is not a grain. So quinoa is technically a seed, not a grain, while most plant products contain only some of the essential amino acids. Quinoa is one of the only complete vegetarian proteins. 100 grams of cooked quinoa provides 4.4 grams of protein. So that's a lot of protein, especially coming from a seed. Okay. So guava is another one. Make sure that you eat guava. Again, we're talking about to help you feel the optimal health. And you'll know what that feels like when you start eating, exercising, resting, and making sure you're in a wonderful, productive environment. Fish is another one, although I had the warning sign up there because fish can be contaminated. If the waters are contaminated and fish live in the water, then you can expect the fish to be contaminated too. If you are fishing in a tainted or a toxic body of water, then you're going to be affected by the what you catch. Pistachios are very, very good with 20 grams of protein per 100 grams. So this is very good, but they're also excellent in fiber, vitamin B6. They're also excellent in iron, phosphorus, and vitamin E. So you get a lot of antioxidants here. You also have other vitamins that help build or help to strengthen your digestive system and metabolism, along with the fiber. Okay, and let's do one more. The Greek yogurt. The Greek yogurt is again a warning that it can be contaminated. It is a dairy product. Hemp is preferred by vegetarians, and the hemp seeds. I had some hemp seeds last week. I think no, earlier this week. And hemp seeds they offer high amounts of plant-based protein, and that just means protein from a plant. The hemp protein powder is another popular and complete protein source. Chia and flax seeds, for those that are vegetarian and vegans, protein comes from the chia and flax seeds, and they also have essential fatty acids in them. The omega-3 in mine is the one that I have in mind. Omega-3 fatty acids, these are very, very important, again, for that, to avoid some of the decline or your thoughts or your memory. Also, even conserving the size of your brain and the functionality of your brain. So this is very important when it comes to, cognitive decline, or when it comes to the size, the very physical and operational or functional part of your brain. Chia and flax seeds, chew, 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 swallow. There you go. So make sure that you keep that in mind. Almonds are super important. They're great, again, high in antioxidants. Calcium is great for relaxing, keeping your body relaxed. Remember that parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. And then niacin. Niacin being in the B group or B family of vitamins are really, really excellent, especially for keeping yourself relaxed. It works well with other things like magnesium and calcium, and it also helps to improve your immune system. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and check out of here. I think we got in that hour. Yes, we did. So I want to thank you all for coming here today and sharing your time. We got a lot done. We want to invite everybody to come and listen more and more. We're getting, it's sometimes in the morning, it seems like, oh man, nobody's listening. But guess what? As the day goes on, nearly 100 people come back to listen. And we're very, very thankful for that. Thanks a lot for doing that. We've been doing an excellent job in contacting people, and you really make a difference. Believe me, we wouldn't be here without you. So thank you so much, everybody, each and every one of you. Keep very close contact with us, because I'm telling you, we're making moves. We're making moves, and we want you to come right along with us, okay? Because even this time when people were saying, why didn't you tell us about the workout? Well, it's on the pages. We let people know. We have posters, flyers, and we just ask you to make sure that you visit us as much as you can, so that visit us every day. See what's the latest thing happening. You might want to go 2 times a day. So if you miss something earlier, or you miss something later, what have you. But we want to make sure that you are right there with us as we move forward in doing all the things that we can do to get us used to us, to appreciate us, to know who we are, because they are not like us. I'm Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist.
Thank you, Dr. Zarif. And thank you to everyone that joined us here in the Mind of Nature. Remember, Dr. Zarif is here to elevate, update, and educate us. So, again, thank you all so much for joining us. The replay will be on Facebook and on YouTube. So, again, thank you all so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Remember, you can always go back and look at the replays and share them out as well. I know I'm sure Dr. Zarif is going to share it out on Instagram. Not sure what happened with Instagram, but again, we're going to share it in the stories so they can watch as well. So just wanted to say thank you for joining us. All right, Dr. Zarif, I'm done. And if you're done, come on back on stage and say goodbye to the people.
Okay, that was one of the times I didn't want to come back out because I left so cool. But
You're right. Yeah. I'm sorry.
We got I'm Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist.
And I am Carolyn Gentle.
Thank you very much, everybody. We see you, we love you, and when we say that, we're not just saying, we really love our people, and,
yes.
and we really want us to do better by what we're teaching. So yes, we do. We want to inspire you. We want to make sure that you are using what we're teaching you, put those things in motion. And that means just don't spend time listening and then don't do anything about it and go and open up a candy bar. We want you to be the best you can. And believe me, it is fun. I'm taking care of myself. And as you see, my skin, my hair, I am an example of what I talk about. If I was a broken down, disheveled dude and not have, and even with my, reading glasses, it's beautiful to be able to say that. And it's like a lot of things that I'm working on improving all the time. And now that we're starting to work out, whoa, I think, we're waiting to hear the word from Mount Tabor Missionary Baptist Church, and we may have a place there. We also want to know your club or your organization. If you want to give a workout party, I've done these workout parties that are super, super cool. Now, people go to the parties to dance and all that, but you can do the same thing. You can have some great music and work out. Think about it. This is one of the things that is a lot of fun and very, very efficient or effective. Okay, we're going to get out of here. Thank you, Kara, so much for all of your wonderful presence. We did it again. We'll see you next week, 8 a.m. PST. Okay, and everybody in the meantime, have a beautiful, beautiful coming week. I'm Dr. Zarif, and
I am Carolyn Gentle.
And we thank you. See you later. Bye.